University's Yamaoka Koshin, Professor Emeritus of Nagoya University.
Louder.
Good evening. Can you hear us? Yes, I can. This is Hirouchi from the NHK studio. Yesterday, Miyazaki was hit by an earthquake, and that has resulted in the issuance of the megaquake advisory. And today's earthquake may have alerted many people. But is the earthquake today different from the one we had yesterday? I believe that many people must have been alarmed by today's earthquake. However, I consider that the two earthquakes are not the same. The earthquake yesterday happened in Hyuga-Nada at the westbound-most area of the Nankai Trough earthquake. So seismologically speaking, it is a different type of earthquake that we have today, because it is many thousands of kilometers away. At the same time, Hyuga-Nada can be the origin of a Nankai Trough earthquake, and that is a possible scenario. That also means that it is unlikely to have the second shock of the earthquake at the eastmost end of the region that is expected. We are now having many earthquakes these days. What should we be mindful of? Usually, a major earthquake is followed by strong earthquakes in the following days. That is why you need to keep yourself updated. And this is also a good opportunity to check your preparedness against earthquake as well. So these 2 points need to be kept in mind. And people near the epicenter of today's earthquake needs to be patient. Now, even though the train service has been resumed, thank you very much for your inputs. It was Professor Emeritus Yamaoka of Nagoya University.
And now we go live to Atami in Shizuoka Prefecture. I am in front of the Atami station. At around 9 p.m., the Tokaido Shinkansen has resumed all service, but the conventional line, Tokaido line, is still suspended, and therefore people who want to head to Tokyo are advised to take the Tokaido Shinkansen instead. Therefore, we see that people are queuing to buy a Shinkansen ticket. The situation remains unchanged. Yesterday at Yatami City, there was a fireworks event, and also it's a tourist sightseeing season, and therefore there are many tourists who are wanting to go home. And if the service had not resumed, there were people wondering where to stay, or others saying that they were worried whether they would make it to work tomorrow. But the Tokaido Shinkansen has resumed service, and people are now very keen to purchase a ticket. Though the Shinkansen is now in service, there are many people who are making inquiries to the station stops, and we see people sitting on the floor. The impact is likely to continue. This was a live report from Atami Station.
Another live report from Kanagawa Station. This is JR Kanagawa Station. Behind me is the entrance at the gate of Shinkansen. At around 9 p.m. this evening, announcement was made to let the passengers know that the service has been resumed. However, there are still many people around the gate. Passengers are also asking questions to the staff, at the same time communicating with their families via cell phones. A male in his 20s says that he was planning to go home in Shin Osaka. He also needs to find a lodging if the Shinkansen service is not fully resumed.
Shortly before 8 p.m., the government set up a liaison office in the Prime Minister's Crisis Management Center to assess the damage from the quake. Kishida says,
there was the earthquake yesterday, and also the Nankai Trough extra information was released. He says that the State Minister in charge of disaster management has held a meeting to ensure that the local governments and relevant agencies keep in contact and try to maintain a sense of tension. So this system has been put in place for everyone to be on alert. He says that if there should be additional information on the earthquake, the information will be input immediately. He says that it is the very first time that the Nankai Trough extra information, a mega quake advisory, has been issued. He says that many of the people in the public must be feeling anxious, but the information is, as already explained, not something that is asking for people to evacuate in advance, nor does it specify any specific location where an earthquake is likely to occur. He says that Japan is prone to earthquakes, and after a large earthquake occurs, there is a tendency that earthquakes continue to occur in the adjacent areas. He says that in order to maintain the social economic activities, it is necessary for the people to check once again their disaster preparedness. He says that the Japanese people needs to fully understand the nature of the information. When traveling during the holiday and also returning to hometowns, try to continue the social economic activities, and at the same time in the coming 1 week try to be prepared for any possible events. Also check the evacuation routes and to confirm how to keep in contact with family members in the event of an earthquake. He says that if in case an earthquake should occur, then people should be ready to evacuate.